Hello fellow geeks and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather and I'm glad you're here because, surprise, it is time again for another monthly roundup. I can't believe another month has gone by. If you're new to the channel, first of all, make sure that you hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss any of the running content that I have coming out regularly. And just to fill you in, this is where I take a look back at what's happened over the past month and take a look at where things are going to be going ahead in the channel. I look at races, different medals, different gear I've tried out. So it's just an overall look at the past month. So let's go ahead and jump into it. As usual, we're going to start with how training has gone this month. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you know that a lot of my training this month has been focused on my 5K time trial. So if you've been watching the updates for that, and I'm gonna have a link to my 5K playlist up here, then you kind of have an idea of what I've been doing over the course of the past month. So that's really covering a whole lot of it, but here's a little bit extra on how strength training and long runs have gone, so take it away. We're back once again. You may not have noticed, but I did not do a training update for the previous week because if you've been watching the channel, and I hope you have been, you know that I have been updating a lot of my speed sessions throughout the week on my 5K time trial training, and I also ran a 5K over the weekend and I do have a video about that, so make sure that you are checking the channel so that you can catch up on all of that information. But did keep up with my 5K time trial training over the week after that. This past weekend, instead of running the treadmill or running the neighborhood, I went to the city running and walking trail, and it was nice. It was a nice change of scenery. Did about 7.5 miles there, so felt good about that. I have stepped things up in my strength training. I'm doing a lot of more weighted ab circuits and a lot more upper body strength, and it's coming along, and I'm having fun with strength training again. So that is a good feeling. I am planning on my longest run of the month this weekend, and that's going to be 16 miles. So I have that to look forward to. But for the rest of the time, it's just more speed drills, more 5K time trial training, and of course more strength training because I got to make sure that everything is complete. I am coming down from kind of a stressful week, so hoping to get some of that out of my system and trying to make a few changes in my protein intake to kind of help a little with recovery. So stay tuned and we'll see how all that works out. I will catch you guys later. Hey guys, so just finishing things up on a rainy weekend, but the past week has gone well. Time trial training is starting to get a little more intense, but still productive. Strength training is going great. I've been adding weights to everything and have increased the weights, and it's going really well too, and I'm having fun with that. And had to kind of take a different approach for my long run this weekend. Had to do 16 miles and did not have the time because of other obligations to just run 16 straight. I was just as tired and sore as I would have been had I just done the 16 miles straight. So mission accomplished. I do feel that I pushed myself for that, and I feel that it was a good run. And I'm feeling better about upping it another mile. So that's where I'm going to be headed over the next month. Over the next week, however, more of the same, more time trial training, and the long run is going to be brought down considerably. I do have a COVID vaccine coming up, and so it's just going to be all about how I'm feeling on Saturday. So that's the plan for the next week, and we're going to see where we are when that comes back around. So I will see you soon. And that brings us back around to this past weekend where my long run was just a little bit dicey. See, on Thursday morning, which was when I was originally going to run my 5K time trial, I ended up getting my first COVID vaccine. And I felt just a little bit dragged down by the whole experience by the time I got to that afternoon when I was available to run. And the next day I was a complete mess, so that wasn't going to happen. When I went out for my long run on Saturday, I was feeling better, and so I thought I would try to go for about 7 or 8 miles. I did a warm-up and got about 10K in and realized that anything farther than that was not going to happen. In fact, about 5 miles in, I was already trying to force myself to keep going. I kept going for another mile and then just said, I'm just going to have to call it. So I went ahead and cooled off after that point, but at least I got something in. And by the day after, I felt absolutely fantastic. So that 5K time trial is coming up, and there's going to be a video about it later this week, so make sure that you stay tuned. Not much to report in the area of new gear and equipment. I do have some things that should be on the way, so make sure that you stay tuned for that. But as far as races and medals go, things kind of stepped up a little bit from where they were last month. As I mentioned last month, it was a reminder that I am still participating in the circumpolar race around the world with 9 other ladies. We're doing this as a virtual relay, and I mentioned that we did finish our trek across Antarctica. Well, our Antarctica medals came in. Yes, medals, because they sent us 2 that are going to fit into 2 different places on the final map. So those came in, and just adding those to the collection, and I promise as soon as I have all of the medals in, I will show what the completed map looks like once we get the frames for those and so on. Right now we are about 75% of our way through Australia, and then we'll be taking on the next region. And so as usual, once we finish that region and I get the medal in, I will be showing that off in another monthly update video. In other medal and racing news, you'll see if you've been watching the channel that I raced my first in real life race that I've run in over a year, and that was here in town. It was the Stride to Prevent Suicide 5K to benefit the Dr. Robert Elliott Foundation. And it was a great day, and I managed to come in second in my age group. So that was a big surprise. Things are looking up as far as the 5K goes. In other virtual racing news, right now I am participating in the Run to Escape series. I saw an advertisement for it on BibRave, and if they say it's cool, then I'm definitely gonna go for it. This is a Mount Olympus themed race with all of the Greek gods, and if you are into puzzles and escape rooms, and this is the kind of challenge that you will like, you have to figure out how far you need to run. You track it on the Runkeeper app, and as you are listening on your run, then you will get various clues from the various Greek gods that you are running for in order to figure out what phrase you need to type in to access your next race. So this is a mind challenge and a body challenge. It's super fun. So if you like puzzles, if you like Greek mythology, if you just like doing virtual runs just for fun, I'm going to put a link down in the description where you can check this race out for yourself if you would like to get involved. And finally, looking ahead at what's going to be coming up on the channel, as I've mentioned several times now, the time trial is going to be coming up very soon. In fact, later this week. I have some other things coming up. I've had a couple of requests for looking at some online training plans that I haven't looked at previously, so I'm going to have some reviews of those coming up. I do have some more episodes of Running Geek Girl's book club, so there's going to be some more book recommendations, and if you have any that you would like me to check out, then let me know down in the comments. I'll be glad to read them. I also have a new series that I am working on that's going to be starting very shortly, where we're going to be looking at the United States, state by state, and what races are recommended to be run in each state. And I will look at everything from 5K all the way up to ultra marathoning. I've been getting recommendations from people in different running clubs that I'm in, different running groups that I'm in, just other runners like you. So if you live in the US and you have a race that you would like to recommend in your state, then make sure that you let me know down in the comments where you're from and what race you would like me to recommend to other people on this channel. I will check it out. I will have links to all of these races. That's going to be starting soon, so make sure that you stay tuned. That pretty well wraps it up for the month of April, and going into the month of May, I am really excited about the way things are going right now. I absolutely love it when the weather warms up because I'm kind of more in my element with warmer weather. And again, if you are not subscribed, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing, and you can stay updated on everything that I'm doing that is running related. You can even hit that bell icon and it'll let you know every time I upload, which happens several times a week. You can even follow me on social media. All my links are down in the description, and you can follow me across most platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for being here for another month. I am so glad to see you, and I can't wait to see what comes up next. Happy running.